Hi crafty friends, it's Rachel here from Scrappy Happy on YouTube, and I also go by the same name, Scrappy Happy, over on Instagram. This is video number 4 in my spring project series where I'm making crafty projects with a particular theme. Did you guess it from video number 1? I am going with a gnome theme. And I currently am making spring crafty projects with the gnome theme that are small and getting filled up with handmade embellishments to fill up a Raskog paper cart that I have made using the blossoms and butterflies die cuts with a view paper pad. It's been around for years and I have a lot of that paper left. Not actually very much of that paper left, and now after this series I probably won't have very much left. So today what I've made is 2 milk cartons using that paper collection, and then I've decorated it and filled the boxes with all handmade things. So let's check it out. So here is the basic box. I'm just going to put that one away. So it's a milk carton that I have cut out with a file from my Silhouette Cameo. This file can be, you could use any milk carton. Now the great thing about using a digital cutter for this project is I could size down the milk carton to fit exactly 2 of them side by side with still rooms in the drawers for the front. So the suitcase is from the last project is going to fit in the front, and I'm going to have some jars over here on the side filled with goodies. So the great thing about, as I said, the die cutters is you can scale it to fit your project. If I wanted these to be a little bit bigger, I could make it a little bit bigger. So this, from Our Gnome to Yours, is from one of my gnome stamp sets. I have so many of them now I can't keep track of what company it is. So if you recognize it, can you just give a shout out down in the comments file? That would be amazing. This, I do know, stamp gnome set is from Hello Bluebirds, and Kristianne from Kristianne's Crafty Adventures, she's my crafty BFF, did an amazing job of coloring these in a video tutorial, which totally gave me ideas of how to color mine. So if you want to check out that video below, check out the link, because I was totally inspired to buy this stamp set as well as color the stamp set accordingly. Then over behind here is a door that is just another cut file that's come from the Silhouette store. It's part of another project. And then these sticker trees came from the Dollar Tree, and this flower came from the Dollar Tree. These little dangles, I'm having fun kind of exploring and playing with these. This came from Michael's. The sparkly bead spacer came from Michael's, and this bead came from one of my dollar stores that aren't really dollar stores here. And so that hangs there. The what is this thing called? Close peg. Thank you. Close peg was from my stash, and I just used my Stampin' Up! Bow punch to use some scraps to cut down that paper and into the bow, and I used a flower from my stash and a pearl from my stash to decorate it, and that just is what's holding the milk carton together so it can be used for another project. And then inside is a whole bunch of these foam flowers. I think I can fit about 7 of them in there. Oh, the dangles fell off. I'll have to fix that after. These flowers are made with table scatter that I got at Christmas time from the Dollar Tree and cut those in half. And then the flowers are foam sheets that I cut up using my Tattered Angels die that I've had in my stash forever, and I cut those. So when I bought some of this stuff, I just bought nice spring colors that I thought would work well for the next upcoming months for projects. And I made about 7 or 8 of these in about 20 minutes, I believe. And all you do is use your heat gun to get the shape, and then you make the bottom bigger, and then you just curl them and twist them and get them into the shapes. So as I said, this milk carton can hold about 7 of them. There's one in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. My mistake. 8 of them. Just have to kind of tuck them in there and get them in there. nicely, which I'm of course not able to do on camera, so we'll fix that up after. And then this one here is the boy version, so you can't have a gnome set without a boy and a girl. Again, this is a bluebird. You can see a little bit better. I colored these with my Ohuhu markers and used a jelly roll pen to do the outlining and adding some embellishments. And what I did is I made a swatch with the colors that work with this paper collection, so then these stamped images actually look like they're ephemera that belong with the set, which is really, when it comes right down to it, so cost effective. And it's just great. You just spend some time stamping and coloring, doing a little factory work, and then fussy cutting them, and then you have endless supply of ephemera. And since these come out, I'll just do a little close-up of the bead. Again, this one is the boy version, the blue, and this big bead came from a Michael's stash. They're black and white beads. And then the bow, the same technique. Used some scrap paper from my stash and glued it down with the flower, and that is what's holding it. And then to do the dangle, I just hole punched through this one layer right here, and then I put the dangle through, and then that way you can open and close it still with the dangle attached. And again, this also has the same flowers. It holds 8 or 9 of them if you position them and stack them up nicely. So that concludes this episode of Let's Get Crafty. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, this is a video series where I'm making things to fill a Raskog cart to go to a crafty friend. So please check out the playlist below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.